It's been a beautiful day out today. It got up into the 60s, and now it's starting to cool off. I'll have another video, another chapter of the Great Divorce coming soon. But for now, uh, I just felt like making some stir fry. I don't have an exact recipe for this stir fry. It's based off of a few, one that a friend sent me, and then another that I found online, but I also added quite a bit to it. I felt like the one that I found online, it didn't have enough veggies. So I've got some broccoli, I've got some scallions, some onions, and then I'm gonna also add some garlic and some chicken. Looks like I need to go down to the house and get some silverware so that I can actually stir this. Right now I'm grinding up some Szechuan peppercorns. Last time I made this, I didn't grind them up enough, so they were these like little shots of flavor, and it didn't go well with the rest of the like the flavor didn't contrast well with the rest of the dish. All right, I got a spoon. I've been looking for this one for a couple of weeks now, and found it in a box. We've got about 45 more minutes of, I guess, until the sun goes down. It's been getting into those summer hours. The sun's been rising before I wake up. I think it rose around 7 today, and tonight it's gonna set at 8-ish. So tonight I'm thinking about lymph nodes and livers. And maybe this isn't the best conversation to be having while making stir fry. My understanding of the lymph nodes and the liver is that they filter out different things in the body. Like if I remember in childhood, whenever I would get sick, I remember that my lymph nodes they would swell up, and I know that you can find them all over the body. I know that there are some down here, and I haven't studied the body as much as other people have with all the organs and stuff, but it's really cool that our body has that built into it so that it can filter out sicknesses and heal itself. It's a good thing to have. We got some rice vinegar. I'm gonna add some soy sauce. Whenever I'm making something, I like to add things, put everything in, and then add a little bit more as I see fit, and just like slightly tweak the flavors. This is one of the things that is not on the stir fry recipe, and it's some sesame oil. I don't know what the difference between the Supreme soy sauce and I don't remember what the other one said, but one of them was like Supreme soy sauce and the other one was like the ultimate. I don't know. They taste just about the same. Garlic, chili, crunch oil. I wish that you could taste this right now. And then I'm also going to add some honey to thicken it up. And I'm going to need to double this because I like having a lot of sauce. Delicious. It's got a lot of twang. I've also got these toasted sesame seeds. Twang is up there right next to umami and zest. I would also be adding some chili oil to this, but I discovered today as I was packing up my bag that there was a little bit of like mold floating on the surface of the bottle, like inside the bottle. The reason I'm thinking about lymph nodes and livers is I often wonder what that looks like on a communal level. And I don't exactly know what that looks like, because I don't have the God perspective, or whatever perspective that God sees with all the connections between every single one of us. And I often wonder what it means to be a stranger and what it means to be a friend. I think a lot about parasocial relationships and the way that we often project ourselves onto other people. And I think about different personality disorders, which I guess disorder has sort of a negative connotation, or a shameful one. I think in some ways you could reframe disorder as needs gone unmet, and then out of that need going unmet, it leads to a lot of unhealthy behavior toward other people. I think that, I guess, I don't know, I don't have the God perspective, but I do believe that there's something going on between all of us that isn't always pleasant. It's a hard road to travel, with the scapegoat, with the liver. I wonder if there are people who take on that liver role. And sometimes I feel like I'm the one who takes on a lot of the heartache that isn't seen in the room, that isn't seen like communally. And so I'm stuck grieving a lot of different things, and just a lot of different like distant things. Or just grieving the loss of things that aren't there. A lot of this comes just understandably from the way that we're treated in families, or at least the way that I was treated growing up. And I think different ideas like the golden child and scapegoating, that can give us an insight into some of what we are. But it's a hard line to draw, I think, because in some ways all of us are the golden child or the scapegoat, just depending on where we're at and what's going on. I was in a coffee shop the other day listening to one of the customers talk to the baristas. And the customer, I think he was at least a decade older than the barista, both of the baristas. And I could tell that he was piling on a bunch of like meaning, piling a bunch of like his own insecurity onto like, oh, this is what you got to do in life, or like I'm doing great in life, like I'm gonna he was talking quite a bit about going mining so that he could make a wedding ring for his wife. I just got the sense that I got the sense from the two baristas that they didn't know where they belonged in this situation. Like, why is this guy telling me what, like, I don't know, just like not really wanting to be involved in sort of this, but like also curious, but also like, I guess this is my role, this is my job here. I don't know. It's that old thought that the bartender is sort of a counselor in some ways. I guess the barista can also, in some cases, be a counselor. And it's good to listen to other people's stories. That guy obviously needed to, I don't know if anyone ever needs to talk about things, but I don't know. I guess if he was trying to prove himself, then you don't need to prove yourself to know who you are. I don't know. We all need to tell our stories. It's really hard. This life's really hard because it feels like we're a bunch of strangers trying to find meaning in this cacophony of noise. And at the end of the day, we find ourselves like latching on to the least common denominator, or like the smallest bit of good news, because of just how bad the bad news is and how distant our commonality or our common ground seems. I don't know what to do about all that. with some good stir-fry sauce. We've got some beautiful loons flying over the river. I pre-cut the chicken before coming down here. And sometimes I like to marinate the chicken in whatever sauce that I create. But since this is just down by the river, I never like adding so much raw meat to a delicious thing. I feel like, oh, I'm gonna ruin it if I don't get it cooked. Like, what if my flame goes out right now? I think that there's also another aspect of all, just these ideas of community. We don't want to admit that we're lonely. And so we often pride ourselves against other people because we do feel lonely. But the answer to that loneliness is to be with other people. And then things like work, they complicate everything else, because work will, in a sense, end your life if you don't obey in a certain way, or if you don't work in a certain way, if you don't please the boss. It's hard to belong in those places. And yet we're all looking for belonging, and oftentimes the people who do belong are the privileged. They're the people who have different degrees or a different social status or standing. It's not fair. I don't know what that solution is, but I'm always looking for, what's the solution? Because, what does it mean to live together? We're not doing it well, and it's not fair to a lot of people. We got our stir fry. Gonna leave it on the fire a little bit longer just so I can be sure that the chicken is cooked all the way through. And I've got some pad thai noodles. Delicious. watercolors behind me down the river. It's beautiful. Pad Thai down by the river. Some chicken, cooked all the way through. An older gentleman told me, or asked me, recently, a mentor figure. He asked me recently, why aren't you with your friends? And I don't know if that's the exact tone that he was trying to present, but it's kind of hard. I don't know. Can you hear what I mean? Just the tone. Why aren't you with your friends? And a part of me really wanted to, I guess, looking back on it, a part of me really wants to defend myself and say, like, I'm always with my friends. Like, the folks that I work with, they are my friends. The people that I come home to, my roommates, housemates, those are my friends. It's not always the deepest of relationships that I have, but the folks around me, they keep me company. And this is a good thing. I told this older gentleman that I basically just sort of told him my story. I don't think he fully understands where I'm coming from. I told him how I felt. I'm out here because I'm in exile. I told him the story of my faith, our shared faith, and basically just told him, like, I'm an exile in Babylon. And I talk to folks at the grocery store. Those are the people that I meet. I talk to the people at work. I spend time with all the people that I spend time with. And sometimes the relationships are kind of confusing because of the power structures between, like, a boss and an employee. A lot of things go unsaid. I told him a little bit about the things that I'm struggling with. What I didn't tell him, and what I feel that he didn't understand, was that my family's not there for me. And the friends that I had back in Indiana, as much as I still call them friends, they're not there for me. They're at different stages of life. They've got all these glorious things, it seems, that are going on with their jobs and their families, and I'm still stuck out here trying to, like, find a job that I actually enjoy. I'm not a fan of being always on the move when it comes to, like, delivery driving, and I've done night shift work before multiple times. I had a lot of fun working at a grocery store, and Didn't really like the hours, but it was easy work, and it allowed me to work near to a national park. And now I'm doing housekeeping. I've done just tons of jobs. I'm not even filling in all the details. It's hard to really get down to it sometimes because there's just so much that I could talk about. Um, but this older gentleman, um, he he didn't seem to understand any of this. And I don't know, maybe it's just an innocent question that people ask. Like this is a mentor figure for me, and I've allowed him to mentor me in the past. And I called him specifically when I lived in Montana. He lives in Indiana. I called him specifically for some help that I needed with an issue. And part of the question was that he asked, like, well, why are you calling someone all the way back here in Indiana? Like, isn't there any help that you can find in Montana? And I went to him in particular because he specifically helped me with a similar issue a couple of years ago. And I don't know, it was just like, dude, I'm asking you. You're the one I trust. And yeah,